Good evening. This year in the Medfield High School Theater Society, we're sadly saying farewell to so many seniors who were truly role models to their fellow MHS students. And we applaud your talents and achievements and wish you all the best. Every year we provide scholarships to students who are lettered members in good standing of the club. They are students who go above and beyond in their efforts to support the club and all its members. This year there are 7 recipients. Bridget Carey, Charlotte Chapin, Annette Curbo, oh gosh, Gabrielle Jakes, Ryan Maloney, Megan McNeil, and Rebecca Tauscher. I've been given the honor by the Palermo family to present the scholarship for Daniel C. Palermo Spirit of Drama. Daniel was an alumni of the class of 2007. He was a much-loved member of the Theater Society who was determined to live a full life despite his daily struggle with cystic fibrosis. To honor his memory, the Theater Society and the Palermo family have established the Daniel C. Palermo Spirit of Drama Scholarship. The recipient of this $1,000 award is chosen by his or her senior peers based on the following traits. The spirit, determination, courage, and hope displayed throughout his life and his illness made Daniel a hero to those who knew him. He had a contagious spirit and personality that welcomed each person he met. Dan could brighten any day with his wonderful sense of humor and flair for the dramatic. The recipient of this award displays a strong moral character, a genuine respect for life, and a deep appreciation for family and friends. They are courteous, kind, and considerate to all. The winner personifies the true spirit of Dan, compassionate, optimistic, dependable, determined, and hardworking, with a bright spirit and a kind soul. Daniel had a love for life, and he lived each moment that life gave him. And I have to agree that his strong warrior spirit lives within the recipient of this award, to Sean Lively. I'd like to invite Rose Turco up to present the David Medeiros Theater Scholarship.
Good evening. The David E. Medeiros Theater Society Memorial Scholarship is awarded in memory of my nephew, David Edward Medeiros, a '99 honors graduate of Medfield High School. While here in Medfield High, David served as president of the National Honor Society, tri-captain of the cross-country team, and student representative to the Superintendent's Advisory Council. During the summer of 1999, David worked at the Hinckley Swim Pond as a lifeguard and a swim instructor, working with the youngest toddlers, some of whom might be here tonight. Some of you might have family members who also remember David in this role. David entered Tufts University in September of '99 and continued to exhibit the same fine qualities he demonstrated while here in Medfield. Diagnosed with pancreatic cancer at the end of his freshman year at Tufts, David began his ongoing intensive treatments at Dana-Farber while still continuing his studies at Tufts and fully participating in the college life at the university. David truly wanted to make a difference. During the last year of his life, he was a patient teacher at Harvard Medical School, where David stressed the importance of physicians seeing each patient as an individual and not just another person with cancer. David was also the featured contributor in an educational video supported by a Kenneth E. Schwartz Center grant in which he personally related the impact of cancer on young adults. This video continues to be used today in the education of medical students and physicians. While in his junior year at Tufts University, where he had continued to excel academically, David lost his valiant battle with pancreatic cancer in March of 2002. The time David spent in Medfield Theater Society productions were some of the happiest days of his young adult life. Those varied experiences, either behind the scenes or on a stage performing, gave him the background to continue on while at Tufts with several other theater productions, which gave him great joy and satisfaction. The Theater Society, with the support of David's family, presents this award annually to that individual who exemplifies the outstanding qualities David demonstrated: genuine concern for others, leadership, school and community involvement, and personal and academic achievement. We remember David as we present this $1,000 scholarship award with pleasure to a senior who we feel is most deserving of this honor. And this year's award goes to Christopher Fennell.
Good evening. My name is Bill Stewart, President of Medfield Youth Lacrosse, and it's my pleasure to be representing the Board of Directors and almost 500 boys and girls in grades 1 through 8 that participate in our programs. I'd first like to congratulate both the boys and girls varsity lacrosse teams on their first round victories and wish them success throughout the rest of the playoffs. In speaking with both the boys and girls varsity lacrosse coaches this year, it was interesting that they both attribute a lot of the team's success to the fact that Medfield has a very strong youth program. I would also add that I think the reason that Medfield has such a strong youth program is due to the involvement in the volunteer efforts from the varsity coaches and the varsity players. The two programs have always worked very well together. We've been very fortunate over the years to have high school players help coach, work at clinics, referee, and really be positive role models to our youth players. These are exceptional student athletes that realize how much they got out of our program and are now willing to give back. I've been able to see this firsthand, and words can't explain what a thrill it is to the youth players to get to interact with the high school players. It really is one of the things that makes our program so special. As a sign of appreciation, Medfield Youth Lacrosse awards annual scholarships to seniors who have given back to the youth program, not just during their senior year, but throughout their whole high school career. This year, it's our pleasure to award scholarships to 5 outstanding Medfield High School seniors. And I'll tell you, although I've met them all, I don't know them very well, but I feel I know them very well. I've heard terrific things from coaches they've had in the past through their youth careers. Coaches like Coach Church, Coach Ott, Coach Foster, and Coach Brown. And I feel like I know this group, and I'm very pleased to have them as recipients tonight. So without any further ado, we've got some plaques as well as the scholarships. I'd like to call up, and let's switch things up in reverse alphabetical order. Our first recipient, Emily Slavor. Next up, Connor Roddy. Third, Abby McQuillan. Natalie Gill. And finally, Connor Davis. So thank you very much to Mr. Parker, Mr. McGuire, and Mrs. Burkett for having us here and putting this all together. Congratulations to all the award winners tonight, and congratulations to the entire graduating class of 2012. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the American Legion Auxiliary, Beckwith Post 110, it's my honor to award the Stephen Hinckley Memorial Award to Connor Davis. And our next presenter is Phil Burr.
I guess my first reference is I see an assistant here, so I'm going to call my daughter-in-law, stepdaughter, or my stepdaughter-in-law, Michelle, to come up and assist me. If the last gentleman can have an assistant, I can have an assistant, right? All right. There's three awards I have the privilege to give this evening from the American Legion Beckwith Post 110. The first award is the Sons of the American Legion Scholarship. And this is a very active group because the fathers and the grandfathers are disappearing. So the sons are very active, and we have two scholarships this evening. One is for Daniel Pushy.
That's right.
Congratulations. The second Sons of the American Legion Scholarship is awarded to Phaedra Ghazi. Now we arrived at the American Legion Scholarship, which has been awarded to Melissa Newell. That's the actual money. Now we move along to the American Legion Americanism medals. And on the medals it is inscribed for honor leadership, service, scholarship, and patriotism. There's two recipients. One is Andrew Morahan. And the second recipient is Aaron Toll. The next presenter is Jerry Potts.
Congratulations to the 2012 class, not only for graduating, but making it an hour and 15 minutes in 150-degree temperature. So the program now officially fans. I am the president of the Youth Baseball and Softball. I had the pleasure of coaching a number of folks that are somewhere in these aisles, and I'm representing the Scholarship Committee, Mel Siebold, B.J. Frasca, and Sean DeSchilling. We have over 600 kids who have played this spring, 250 in the summer, 250 in the fall, and now winter clinics. And through all that, we have seen the fruits of that with two teams that are going to be competing tomorrow, so I better talk fast so you can get home and get some rest and win those games tomorrow on the baseball and softball side. This scholarship is awarded not just on ability, but on those that give back to Medfield Youth Baseball and Softball. It's a volunteer organization like all of these are, and so it's critical that we give back each year. And so we've developed, I think, a great group of folks that have done that, and I'm honored today to award three scholarships. First of all, on the baseball side of the world, Andrew Ludwig. And on the softball side of the world, two recipients, Lucy Allen and Kristen Foster. And I am pleased to introduce Tom Cahill and Teresa Prego.
Tom and I are very pleased to be here tonight. We were also informed it would be an air-conditioned location, so we feel a little misled. But on behalf of Medfield Soccer, which has always enjoyed a great relationship with the high school and the high school players, as well as the many kids who play over the years, we are excited this year to be able to award 4 scholarships based on not necessarily playing soccer in high school, but giving back to the youth program. So this year's recipients: Joe Festa, Sam Horan, Sarah Isaacson, and Megan Kelleher. And now Jerry Potts has switched seats and will present once again with Adi. Thanks.
I get paid by the scholarship given, so I'm hoping I can work my way back to a few more times. It's an honor for me to be here tonight to pay tribute and remember a good friend and an integral part of the community, Peter Kenny. It's hard to, in a short period, 1 minute, to give the essence of someone's life. We've heard so many compelling stories tonight of some remarkable people. Pete passed away in November of 2010. And I think rather than going through a long list of all of his accomplishments, probably the most meaningful thing to me, which continues to be a lesson and hopefully for all of you, is that Pete had an incredible passion. And I just have to ask quickly, just to make sure people are still alive, how many of you feel like you found your passion in life? Show of hands, come on. Okay. How many of you are working on it? Okay. So let me give you a little bit of hope and why this award is so important. Pete Kenny, at age 40, early 40s, owned a business painting houses, and I'm sure he was passionate about painting houses. Not really. I'm sure he did a great job at it because he was good at anything he did, but Pete in his early 40s decided that his true passions in life were sports, music, and broadcasting. And the reason I tell this story is at age 40, he walked home, told his wife and kid that he was changing his career. He was going to take broadcasting classes, and keep in mind this is early 40s. Tough time to actually go home and say something like this to your family. And he proceeded to go do that. And because he felt life was short and he needed to pursue his passions. And I'm sure he didn't know that 10 years later he would pass away of cancer. But I guarantee you that he did not regret making that decision, because when we, in December of that year, of 2010, had a celebration of his life, the entire bleachers were full, because if you know Pete Kenny, he brought a tireless passion to recording your lacrosse, soccer, baseball, gazebo concerts, Spring Fest, Fall Fest, 359 music. He was able to do something that very few of us are able to do, which was pursue his passion and find that passion. And until 2 months before he passed away, he was still doing the football games. Bring a community together, which he did, filling the bleachers when he had passed away, but also on Medfield TV. And so I guess the lesson, since I can't go through his whole life, although it might feel like I have, is find your passion in life, and if you can find a passion that pulls people together, then you're a Pete Kenny, because that's what this award is really all about. So I'm going to introduce Aditi to actually give the money away.
Okay, also, we would like to thank the MYBS and Scott McDermott for fundraising, and also individual donors for the Pete Kenny Award. And this year's recipient has been working with all aspects of production at Medfield TV, and we are proud to present this award to Felix Goldman. And the next presenter is Mr. Doug Olson.
The MMA Music Scholarship is given to a student or students who have excelled in the music program while at MHS. Strong leadership skills and excellent musicianship are the foundations of which these students have built their musical careers here. It's my pleasure to give this award to two students, Paul Wagenseller and Jen Orswell. The Music Pillar Scholarship is given to a student for unprecedented leadership and commitment to their ensemble's successes. This student has participated in district all-star ensembles, served as drum major, and performed in just about every musical group we have here. It's my pleasure to give this award to Andrea Murray. The Lowell Mason Music Education Scholarship is given to a student who portrays passion for music and teaching in the tradition of Lowell Mason. This student represented Medfield as a district all-star and mentored young students and students, as well as students, his peers in the percussion section. It's my pleasure to give this award to Nick Cruikshank. The Christopher Naughton Memorial Scholarship honors the memory of Christopher Naughton, a member of the class of 1992 who was killed by a drunk driver on December 22nd, 1990, while in his junior year. Chris, a member of the National Honor Society, excelled in physics and math. He played his alto sax in the jazz band and marching bands, as well as the orchestra. Chris was a member of Boy Scout Troop 10, where he was patrol leader and worked on his Eagle Scout Award. This year's winner is this young man has been an incredible part of the music department since his freshman year. Playing piano and percussion, he quickly established himself as a leader in all his ensembles. It is my pleasure to give this award to Luke Rosenfeld. The Gene McCormick Memorial Scholarship is given in honor of Jean McCormick, born, raised, and educated here at Medfield as Jean Marie Harney. All through her high school career, Jean was very involved in the music program. When she went to Boston College, she played 4 years in the marching band and attended 3 major College Bowl games. Jean earned a law degree from Boston College and was recognized by colleagues as a particularly accomplished and well-respected attorney. Her parents, 2 sisters, and husband have established the scholarship in her honor. The winner of this year's Jean McCormick Scholarship has really gone above and beyond in not only her personal preparations, but also in the energy she's given to her peers and the younger students she teaches. Her passion is seen every day in her performance, and she has represented MHS at district and all-state as an all-star. It's my pleasure to give this award to Grace Murray. Next, please welcome Kathleen Brennan.
Wow, you guys did it. Congratulations. Nice to be up here. Nice to see all these good faces. I'm here to present the Amy Fisk Creative Writing Awards for the Friends of the Medfield Library. These awards were named in honor of Amy Fisk, who was a student here in 1985, worked at the library, loved to read, loved to write, and was unfortunately very sadly killed in a car accident. So we have, since 1985, given out Creative Writing Award scholarships in 3 categories. I'm here to present 2 tonight. The first one, well, first let me say that the funding for these awards comes from our book sales and our membership drives, so for all of you who support the Friends of the Library, thank you very much. The first award is the $500 All-School Poetry Award, and the 2012 winner is Madeline Stevenson. The next winner, the 2012 winner of the $2,000 Amy Fisk Scholarship, is Kelsey Sipple.
Mr. McGuire this evening came up to me and said, please be brief and please be respectful. I'm always respectful. Being brief is always a challenge. To Mr. McQuillan, who said there was air conditioning here, I'm not sure how I missed that. I spent my whole career here. This place in the other building has never been air conditioned. The good news is, or the bad news is, I've stopped sweating. Mr. Berry in front of me, cross-country co-captain. He's been hooting and hollering all night. I want to thank you for keeping Mr. Kelly awake. Like Mr. Kirby, I spent my whole career here in various capacities. And in those various capacities, I worked with a wide spectrum of our student body. And having spent my whole career here, there's a certain segment of our population that was always dear to my heart. And I've always felt that Medfield High School is truly a special place, and the community is a special place. Medfield High School has always had a culture of respect and kindness, Mr. Demenchuk, and respect for other people. But it's been a special place because of the contributing factors to success. And I think the success in Medfield has been due to, all the way from a school committee to a superintendent to administration and teachers, that are dedicated, have passion for what they do, have a true love of children and students. The second criteria are parents that are supportive of education, that demand the best for their kids, they demand it of our teachers, they demand it of our politicians, and they set the bar high for their kids. But the most important ingredient has been people like yourselves that have bought into that whole process of working hard and demonstrated perseverance, commitment, working through difficult times, and reaching towards success. And I've always felt that the route to success, unlike the geometric theorem of a shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, it's really not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I'm not sure how we really define success, and I'm not sure how many of you have reached success at this point in your lives. But for many people, getting to where you are right now has presented obstacles from day one. And those people, I think, that learn to overcome those obstacles are the ones that are really on the road to success and are most clearly have reached that level of success. And the recipient of the scholarship this year is an individual that has been blessed with having people that have worked closely with him academically, has been blessed with 2 parents that refuse to believe that there are any obstacles in life. They're not even speed bumps, let alone mountains. They're just simple obstacles. And most importantly, has been blessed with a personality that has a love of learning, a love of people. Those of you that know him know he has a great sense of humor. It's with pleasure this evening that I present the scholarship to Andrew Drew Callahan.
This program was made possible through the generous support of your Medfield friends and neighbors, folks just like you. And thanks for watching.